You know, people today have had an unprecedented opportunity to move to a work from home, work virtual, work remote environment. And while there are lots of benefits to that, there is an epidemic going on right now in the virtual work environment in unprecedented numbers. People are reporting feeling highly lonely working from home, feeling disconnected and underproductive, feeling distracted because of the home environment. Now, here's the good news. I have three easy, simple things that you can do that can absolutely make a difference in those challenges. And the reason that I'll give them to you today is because I've been leading a 100% virtual team for the past almost 8 years since 2014. And we went through those same challenges in 2014, found solutions that today work great, and I'd be happy to share them with you. My name is John Boggs. I am the co-founder and the CEO of the Brave Thinking Institute, as well as the founder of our business and leadership division. And I want to welcome you to Monday Morning Mindset. This is a chance for you and I to gather to talk about an idea, a concept, a strategy, a tangible tool that can make a difference in your career and in your leadership. And so today we're talking about the challenge of working from home, working remotely, and how do you create connection and eliminate loneliness? How do you get rid of distraction and increase productivity? Three simple things that you can do. So here's the first one. It's important that you have, for any of these ideas, that you have some way of connecting with other people in your company, both in terms of audio and video. So I think most people today have that, but you're going to need either Zoom or Google Hangouts or Skype or Slack or some form of connecting with people in this format in order for these ideas to work. So the first one is this. When I first in 2014 went from spending almost 30 years working in a regular brick and mortar business where every day we would get together and have team meetings and connect all throughout the day, and I found myself working from home and spending hour after hour by myself, I too had a sense of increasing loneliness, disconnection, and getting distracted by what was going on. And so the first experiment that I did was my executive assistant and I made a decision that we would simulate that we were working in the same office the way we had done for many years. And so we literally just took Skype. In those days, we were using Skype. Today, our company uses Zoom. But we took Skype and we just turned it on. And she would be on my machine and I would be on her machine, and we would just go about what we were doing. And a moment where we had a question for each other or a chance to collaborate, we would say, hey, what do you think of this? And just by being with someone else virtually, we noticed the level of distraction go way down, the level of productivity went way up, and a feeling of connection throughout the day was way, way better. And I thought, wow, that works so well. We don't do it every single, for a while, for 2 weeks, we did it every single day. Then we went to having 3 days a week that we did that. And then I began to find other ways to create connection. And so today we spend 1 day a week where we connect and we spend time, as well as many other impromptu moments where we will just leave our cameras on and spend an hour together here or an hour together there. So that's the first idea that you can do, is work side by side without an agenda and just have your cameras on. The second thing that I wanted to do is I wanted to find a way to simulate what I call water cooler time. It's that impromptu chance to connect with each other, not even necessarily about a work idea. It might be where you go up, think about in the old work environment, you get up from your desk, you go over to where the water is, the water cooler, and you're pouring water, and someone else comes up and you say, hey, how was your weekend? And they say, my weekend was great, or how was your vacation? And you have a chance to connect in a personal way. So what we did is we decided to simulate water cooler time. And so what we do as a team, and we do this in groups in our company, we have about 100 people currently in our organization, so we don't do this as 100 people, but in groups of 15, more or less, we will get together in different departments and teams once a week for 30 minutes, and we will simply describe what we'll use one of two topics, either the highlight of your weekend. We'll usually do this on a Monday. What's the highlight of your weekend? And this is not a work agenda. This is what's going on in your life that we might be interested in hearing about, that you would love to share. And so of the 15 people, we just take 2 minutes each. That's 30 minutes. And we go around and we hear a 2-minute share from each other about a highlight for the weekend. Sometimes we do highs and lows. What's one thing that was a high and one thing that was a low over the last week? And that can be on a work environment. What's one cool work thing that happened over the course of a week? And or one thing that you found challenging this week? And you just go around and spend 2 minutes and share on that. That is a way of replicating water cooler time. And that can be highly valuable in creating connection, collaboration, and eliminate loneliness in a work environment. And the third thing that I suggest that you do is just make a regular appointment that once in a while you eat a meal together. So with some of the other leaders in our organization, we will make a lunch appointment, just like you would in the regular environment where you would maybe go out to a restaurant. In the virtual environment, you literally can put yourself in a position where you eat together, you eat lunch and you just share. So those are really simple ways that you can create greater connectivity, and it will blow your mind how valuable these ideas can be if you use them in a regular, repeated basis. You too can absolutely diminish the amount of loneliness. You can increase the level of collaboration and connection and warmth in a virtual work environment, and I think it's truly important. So whether you just work together all day long on video with someone that is important to you, or you create a water cooler opportunity where you gather around the water cooler for 30 minutes as a group, or you put yourself in a position to break bread, share a meal virtually with someone that matters to you. Those are 3 easy things that you can do to absolutely replicate what I call water cooler time and create more connection in your organization. If you found this information valuable, I would love for you to share an experience of how it worked for you down below. Also, you can share the video with someone that you care about, that you think it would make a difference for. And if you're new to the community, I want to say welcome. I'm glad you're here. Click the like button, subscribe so that you can get notifications for next episodes of Monday Morning Mindset. Until then, remember, think bravely and act boldly.